We got Vanessa Demopoulos joining me here on the program. She's going to be taking on Itzel Esquivel at LFA 52 on October 19th. Vanessa, how are you today?
Amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I like the positive attitude right off the bat. I know you were doing some cryotherapy. How's today gone so far?
Today is amazing. I'm feeling 1,000% ready for this fight coming up here on October 19th with LFA.
Yeah, it's really a big matchup, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But I got to go over your resume first off before we talk about the matchup here. Tough Enough amateur champion, two-time Pan American Jiu-Jitsu champion, six-time American National Jiu-Jitsu champion. Where did this all begin? How did you start on this journey into combat sports?
So this actually started with not Jiu-Jitsu, but Muay Thai fighting. Way back about 9 years ago, I started doing kickboxing just to kind of get in shape and have some fun doing it. And 3 months into that, my coaches asked me if I wanted to fight. So I was like, wow, if you guys think that I should fight, I'm going to fight. And it just kind of took off from there, and I started having fun with it. Helped them to build our current gym called Ronin Training Center. So being such a huge part of Ronin and so dear to my heart, I decided to start fighting MMA and kind of took off with jiu-jitsu from there.
And you mentioned the gym there. Is that what you do as far as the day job is run a gym, or what's keeping the lights on these days for you?
I'm also an exotic entertainer on the weekends specifically. So I've traveled all around the country doing that, and being a pole dancer with the aggressive nature that I have in those arts is actually what led me to fighting in the first place.
Interesting. Okay, so how is that? You mentioned the traveling and everything. Like, how is it balancing training and doing your day job as well?
Well, the best part about the job that I have is that I can literally take it anywhere. So I can go to any city. There's always going to be a gym in every city, and there's always going to be somewhere for me to work. So it's just beautiful being able to travel around the country and always having access to the things that fire that passion inside.
Now, let's talk about this fight for LFA. How did this all come together? Because, you know, it's a big deal getting to fight for LFA, especially early in your pro career like you are right now.
So the fight with LFA is just like, what an incredible opportunity. And I just really feel like it's not something that just happens like one day at a time. It's something that like you're consistently putting in the work and all of the other avenues. You mentioned a lot about my jiu-jitsu credentials, and I really truly believe had it not been for something like that, this opportunity wouldn't have come so close to the beginning of my professional career. You know, I would have had to wait several more fights. You know, it's such a large organization like LFA, and I am so honored to be a part of this organization.
And I think one of the great things with LFA, and I've said this before, is that they do a great job of promoting their women fighters. And the other thing is, I know it's difficult to get opponents on the regional scene when it comes to WMMA fights. That's why you're fighting someone like Itzel right off the bat in your LFA debut, because there really just is, you know, it's tough to get fights. So you got to fight, you know, sort of the who's who. They tell you you're fighting Itzel in your debut. You know, just the excitement level getting to fight someone who's got 4 career fights.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I hear that she's a good martial artist, and a lot of respect to her for that. And it's very, very exciting to be able to fight somebody of caliber. You're so right, though. Like on these localized fights, it's just so hard to find local talent. And somebody's willing to step up to the plate. Like that's the hardest part of this whole journey. As a female fighter, you know, straw weights, we really do have a harder time trying to find fights. So like, yeah, I'm wildly excited that she's getting to step up and do this.
And style-wise, I mean, you're great on the ground, she's great on the ground. Is that sort of how you see this? It's like whose jiu-jitsu is better? Or do you see this, you know, perhaps unfolding like a stand-up matchup?
I'm ready to go wherever the fight takes us. I'm in there to have the best time of my life. That's what this shit's all about.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. You talked a bit about training camp there. What about training partners? Who are some of the people that you get to work with that are helping you get ready for this fight?
Well, leading up to this fight, this isn't just like one specific training camp. Like I am always consistently training and always consistently finding some of the best talent that I can get my hands on. One of the best parts about being here in Ohio is I got to train with Amanda Bobby Cooper for her training camp, which was up in Michigan, and she fights for the UFC. So, you know, I got to do a lot of work with her, a lot of sparring. Here I have some of the best talent, world-class jiu-jitsu with Laura Hullick, who is a black belt. She's also a figure competitor. So when it comes to jiu-jitsu, we have that. And my coach for Muay Thai fighting has actually produced multiple national champions in Muay Thai. So it's like I literally couldn't be in a better position for training.
Excellent. I know Amanda was training with a bunch of other fighters as well. Were you part of that? Because I know like Montana De La Rosa was up training with her, and then Andrea Lee. Were you part of that as well, or did you just train with her outside of that?
I actually went and did the Pan Americans for jiu-jitsu. So I was definitely focused on my ground game during that week that they were out there. I was going after the Pan Ams fighting in that.
Oh, interesting. Okay, good stuff. How about the weight cut? How's that going, getting down to 115?
Amazing. Check this out. I'm actually like 122 right now. So this has been the best weight cut that I've had coming down. I came down from 132. So it's been incredible. My strength and conditioning coach, Dustin Myers, has just been on point with helping me strength-wise, and my diet's been awesome. And here at Cryotherapy has been helping me to lose weight. So it's like, I mean, there's just, I couldn't be in a better place right now. Yeah.
How do you see this fight playing out on October 19th?
With my hand raised, thank you very much.
For sure, yeah.
Yes. I mean, like, I feel so confident. I feel so good. And I'm just really ready to go out there and have the best time of my life, enjoying doing the one thing that I love doing the most, which is fighting. Like, that's what's in my heart. That's what's in my passion. I've been fighting my entire life. So getting to go out there and step into a cage and release everything that I've just trained so hard for every single day is beautiful. I just can't wait for this fight.
And how much do you feel like experience is going to play a factor in this fight? I mean, Itzel has more pro fights, but you have a lot of amateur fights, and you actually fought UFC flyweight Caitlin Chakutagan. You know, how do you feel like that will sort of benefit you in this opportunity here?
I do feel like I have just as much experience as Itzel, if not more. I competed like every other week in the year of 2017. So whether it was jiu-jitsu, MMA, I even did some kickboxing matches. So it's just a matter of like continuing to stay relevant for myself and just keeping that competition going for me. So just because I haven't stepped in the MMA cage as much as a professional does not mean that I'm by any means less experienced.
Excellent. And what about downtime? We talked all about your fight career and your job and everything like that. What do you like doing when you like to unwind and everything like that? Are you watching any TV? Are you going on a hike? What would I find you doing?
My favorite thing to do is just go by a river and read a book and get lost in the woods. Okay. And then try to find my way back.
Okay, very cool. What are you reading right now?
What's the best part?
Yeah, what's a good book that you're reading right now?
I'm reading 48 Laws of Power. So I like reading books about strategy. I'm a very strategized human.
That's excellent. Do you do any public speaking? Like, you're very good, you know, as far as your personality and everything like that. Is that something you have done or plan on doing it at some point?
I definitely would love to be a public speaker in my future. Definitely part of the goal and larger vision in life, yes. But it's not something I'm currently doing.
I was going to say, what about your fight career? I mean, are you looking to get in one more fight this year, or do you want to just look ahead to 2019?
Oh, I'm definitely going to be fighting as much as I possibly can. I want to get my ass in that cage and have some fun. I look to do at least 2 fights by the end of the year, and then 2019, look out.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait for this fight. It's coming up here October 19th. It's LFA 52, live on Access TV. Vanessa, it was great getting a chance to finally talk to you. I just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Oh my gosh, you guys, definitely go to Little Monster Demo. That's my Instagram, LIL, Little Monster Demo. I'm on Snapchat, Facebook, all the good stuff. But huge shout out to my sponsors. Max Effort Muscle has gotten me exactly where I'm at. Cryotherapy, we got Jazzercise, we got Punch Gunk, Ronin Training Center, Want versus Need for my jiu-jitsu gear. Like, these people have been the pinnacle of my training, and thank you guys so much for having me on here with you. This has been incredible.